There's a dangerous force in this world, more destructive than hatred, more contagious than lies, more powerful than evil itself. It's not ignorance. It's not evil, it's stupidity. German philosopher and theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who lived during the rise of Nazi Germany, once said, "Stupidity is a more dangerous enemy of the good than malice." When he said those words, he wasn't mocking people. He was warning the world. What Bonhoeffer saw, Bonhoeffer lived through one of humanity's darkest times. He saw educated men, professors, doctors, preachers, all fall in line with blind obedience. People who once spoke with reason suddenly began repeating propaganda. Good people, decent people, turned into silent witnesses of evil. Bonhoeffer began to ask, how could so many intelligent people become so stupid? He realized stupidity is not a lack of intelligence. It's a moral failure. The nature of stupidity, he wrote, "Against stupidity we are defenseless, because the stupid person doesn't listen to reason. They don't even hear you. They've surrendered their independence, their ability to think, to the crowd. They're not thinking anymore. They're reacting. When stupidity takes hold of a society, people stop asking questions. They just repeat slogans. They trade truth for comfort. They stop seeing reality and start living in a fantasy built for them by others. Low dramatic music. It's not that they can't think, it's that they won't. The emotional truth. This is the terrifying part. Stupidity feels safe. When you're surrounded by others who believe the same lie, it gives you warmth, belonging, purpose. Thinking differently becomes dangerous. It isolates you. It makes you the enemy. So people stop thinking to survive, and slowly, stupidity becomes a shield against fear. But Bonhoeffer warned, every time you refuse to question something you know is wrong, you give stupidity more power. And one day that stupidity grows so big, it destroys everything. Segment 4, a mirror to our age now. Look around today. We live in the age of information, and yet misinformation spreads faster than truth. We have knowledge at our fingertips, and yet wisdom has vanished. We see people fighting for ideas they don't even understand. We see outrage replacing dialogue. We see followers without thought, and leaders without conscience. Social media rewards stupidity, because outrage gets clicks, and clicks bring money. We are breeding a generation that feels smart because they scroll, not because they think. Bonhoeffer's words echo louder than ever. The power of the one needs the stupidity of the many. The hope inside the darkness. But Bonhoeffer didn't lose hope. Even in a world of madness, he believed that stupidity could be defeated, but not with arguments, not with debates, not with logic, he said. Only an act of liberation, not instruction, can overcome stupidity. In other words, the stupid person must first be set free, emotionally, spiritually, before they can think again. Freedom awakens thought, and thought awakens conscience. That's why real education isn't about information. It's about awakening. You don't teach people what to think. You teach them how to think. The final message, music swells, then fades to soft ambient. Bonhoeffer was executed by the Nazis in 1945 for standing against tyranny. But his theory of stupidity remains one of the most haunting truths of our time. The enemy is not just out there. It's inside every one of us every time we stop thinking, every time we follow the crowd blindly, every time we silence the voice that says, "This feels wrong." Stupidity isn't born, it's chosen. And the first act of rebellion is to start thinking again, pause, fade out music. To be silent in the face of evil is itself evil. God will not hold us guiltless. Not to speak is to speak, not to act is to act. Dietrich Bonhoeffer.